Hello everybody. Today I'm gonna be going through every single Eastern Conference team that actually has a chance of getting out of their conference. By getting out of their conference, I mean, matching up in the finals. So basically, what I'm trying to do in this video is trying to determine which teams have a chance of being in the finals. But I will only go through the Eastern Conference now because all of them in the same video. It's gonna be kind of like a clusterfuck if I did that. So I'm just gonna go through every single team that has a chance to go into the playoffs and to go to the finals. And I'll give percentiles of each team. I'll give why they could make the playoffs and the finals. I'm gonna tell you why they couldn't make the finals and their, weaknesses, their best qualities. So, shall we begin? Yes, we should. Number one, the Bucks. Now, this is my these guys could literally win the championship if they wanted to. They are the first in their conference in wins. I think that these guys have a 50% chance of being in the finals currently, because I think that they could definitely beat every single team on this list right now, if they are lucky, and if they're not injured. So first of all, they have amazing defense. Drew Holiday, Brook Lopez, Giannis. These are all defensive player of the years of their years. They're really good players. And I mean, honestly, they have Giannis, which is, I think, a top 2 player in the league, and has been a top 2 player in the league since like when, 2019? Yeah, since 2019 he's been a top 2 player in the league. He's been absolutely amazing. Drew Holiday, he has been amazing. A couple nights ago he scored 50. He can do that. He's a great scorer, a great defender, a great overall player. He's, I think, one of the most valuable pieces in the team. I think that Brook Lopez is the biggest factor in their rise from last year, because last year they weren't super duper amazing. But this year I think they've changed. They've definitely changed. And I think that Brook Lopez is one of the biggest factors that actually made that change. He's become a better 3-point shooter. He's become a better defensive player of the year. What am I talking about? He's become a better defensive player and is contending for the defensive player of the year. He is basically going into his prime somehow. I have no idea how this guy set up just U-turned his career and just is in his second prime right now. But yeah, he's amazing. Giannis is having an amazing season, one of his best seasons yet. Definitely. Middleton has been kind of on and off. However, I think that he will still find his chances. Like, he will still find his abilities in the playoffs more. And Bucks is a team that actually, develops better in the playoffs, I think. They're a great playoff team. So I think that they have a great chance of actually winning something. 50% chance that they win in the Eastern Conference. Now let's go to number 2, Boston. What a team. What a team. Oh, by the way, the percentiles are going to be off. Like, obviously, all the teams' percentiles have to add up to 100%. They're not going to add up to 100%. They're probably going to be adding up to something like fucking 225. Because, like, Boston and Bucks, I'm not going to give them 50-50. But they kind of have the same chance, Boston has a matchup between these two would be amazing, by the way, Bucks and Boston. But yeah, I think that Boston has a 50% chance of going to the playoffs too, to the playoff finals too. However, maybe 45%, because this team is kind of inconsistent, man. I don't know. It is, I think, better built than the Bucks. Like, their average player is better compared to the Bucks. The Bucks have a nice starting 5, and then they kind of dwell afterwards. They kind of get worse as the roster moves down. Boston Celtics they're a good fucking built team. They're so well built. It's actually insane. And they added new role players over the season, like players like Malcolm Brogdon, who is, I think, amazing this season. They added Derek White. Al Horford is not slowing down. He's still a great player. Like, great 1-2 punch team. You got Jason Tatum, an MVP contender, who is definitely not going to be the MVP. Jaylen Brown, who is just... man, I love Jaylen Brown. He's got hops. He's a great player. Such an efficient scorer. Man, fuck. These guys are consistent. However, the biggest concern with Jason Tatum is his inconsistency, right? Yeah, that just makes them a worse playoff team, in my opinion. Because their number one scorer and defender is inconsistent, and in playoffs, consistency is key because you just keep battling the same guy over and over again until you beat them 4 times. And Jason Tatum sometimes struggles with that, man. The fact that they destroyed the Nets last year and then went to the finals was pretty fucking amazing, though. Like last year they were amazing, and this year their team is I think better. So just see what happens. However, I do think that the Eastern Conference has become stronger, as Philly has emerged more, as Cleveland has become like an underdog. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see. But honestly, like, come on. Let's be honest. Boston has a great chance of going to the finals this year. Now let's go on to Philly. Oof. This team has become a contender, like every single year that they've played. Philly has been a constant contender. However, they've never really been there. They've never been to the finals in the past 4 or 5 years. And this is very weird to me because Philly has basically built an amazing team every single year. However, they just somehow fail to go the next step, fail to win those games. And they have Doc Rivers as a coach, which is a horrible thing to have in the playoffs, honestly. But they are having basically Embiid in his prime. He's, I think, having his best season right now. He's having his best scoring season, one of his best defensive seasons ever. They have Harden next to him. And honestly, if it's not this year, this team is looking kind of grim if it's not this year. Tyrese Maxey, however, has kind of, depleted in some of his abilities. However, I do still think that he's a great player and will help in the playoffs. Honestly, it's a better team than last year. I don't have that much to say about Philly. I think that they have about like a 30% chance to make the finals, I would say. Because Philly is a generational choking team. And Embiid has a high chance of getting injured. Harden has a high chance of getting injured. Harden is kind of a choker too. So it's very maybe with this team. Now let's go on to Cleveland. Okay, now we've definitely, stepped down a tier after Philadelphia. But still, these teams are kind of, fun. These teams don't actually have a chance of making the finals, I don't think so. But Cleveland is still a very well-built team. It's like a mini Boston to me. Because I think that they have a great roster, they have a great backup roster. It's a very well-built team with a great defensive squad. Like, great. This squad is so good defensively, it's pretty fucking insane. Now, I wish Donovan Mitchell was a good defender. Imagine how good this team would be if Donovan was a good defender. And I think that he has potential to be a good defender. That guy has an amazing wing size, is fast, is attentive. If only he actually, tried more on defense. But I get it, this guy basically carries their team's offense. So it's kind of hard for him to do both ways, But yeah, Donovan and his guys have been absolutely amazing this season. Have they surpassed expectations? Yes, I think so. They've definitely met them. Evan Mobley has definitely surpassed expectations. Jesus, this guy's good. Evan Mobley is so good for this team. If they didn't have Evan Mobley, man, the defense would be a lot grimmer. Let me just tell you that, This is a monster team. Like, a lot of large guys in this team. Evan Mobley has been amazing, as I said. So yeah, this team has about 10% chance of making the finals. You guys would agree? I would agree. Let's go on to my boys now. The New York Knicks. My Knicks. Randall and Brunson has been amazing all year. Honestly, they've been absolutely balling out. Like, what? These guys are such a good duo. It's insane. They have an overall nice team. They've definitely, surpassed expectations. I think that they surpassed expectations. The fact that Jalen Brunson, such a good scorer, has just been left off from the Mavs. Like, imagine if the Mavs didn't trade for Kyrie and they just had Jalen Brunson. I think a scorer as good as Kyrie right now. Would I have Jalen Brunson or Kyrie right now on my team? I wouldn't care. They are both very good. Jalen Brunson has been going off this year. I think that he's a great playoff player too. There's no chance that the Knicks are making the finals, I'm gonna be honest. But if they do, please let me be there. I wanna watch that game. But yeah, overall a nice team, but come on, they won't make it. There, 5% chance maybe, maybe it might happen. I wouldn't bet on it though. Okay, now let's go to the Nets. I mean, come on. The reason why the Nets are sixth in their conference is because they had a great season to begin with. They had Kyrie and they had Kevin Durant. But suddenly around January, a thing called the trade deadline happened and KD and Kyrie left the team. Now this team is just a bit lost. Like, they're not really winning that much. However, I just want to do like a little appreciation here. Mikal Bridges has been absolutely hooping during this time. He's basically a mini KD. And they have Cam Thomas and 5 picks. They might have won this trade. I mean, I don't know what the Nets were trying to do to begin with, because they were definitely not going to be winning a championship with that squad. But yeah. Amazing team. Honestly, a really fun team. I really love this team. I wish that Ben Simmons was in his older form. I think that he would just fit this team perfectly. Just perfectly. Yeah. Okay, now let's go on to the Heat. Oh, by the way, the Nets have like a 0% chance of making the finals. Just want to say that, yeah. Okay, the Heat. Honestly, last night the Heat played amazing. So this night, Jimmy Butler scored like 32 or something. He was amazing defensively. They just destroyed the Mavericks, man. What a team. I love the Heat so much. I wish that they had a better team so that the Jimmy Butler could make the finals, but no way that they're making the finals, honestly. Yeah, I love this team. Too bad that they kind of suck this year. They suck offensively. They could be better defensively. Fuck. If only Duncan Robinson could shoot better. He really backpedaled when they're shooting. But it's like that in. He's just a shooter. Sometimes he has bad years, I guess. But just after, like, they paid a contract to him. Like, it was a huge contract, man. Damn. But yeah. I miss the Heat that beat the Bucks. That was a great team. They are not making the damn finals. 2%. The fuck, I don't know. And yeah, from the Heat and down, there's a 0% chance that any other team makes the finals, because that's when the play-ins come in, They're not just gonna make it out of the play-ins and go to the finals. No way. And the teams that are left off are the Hawks, which I have nothing to say about. Like, what the fuck happened, man? Clint Capela and John Collins, what a fall off, man. I was really high on John Collins, I thought that he would have a great year. They would definitely be in the fucking playoffs, guaranteed. Like, somehow, I don't know. Maybe like battle the Knicks or something. You remember when they were battling the Knicks? They were destroying the Knicks? Yeah. What happened, man? And Trae Young's been literally underrated this year. No one cares about Trae Young this year. Everyone's a Luka Doncic guy now. We used to compare those two for some reason. But yeah, there's no such thing yet. There's no such thing anymore. Trae Young has backpedaled. However, let's not be harsh to him, even though his hair looks like a lollipop on a ball sack. He's been great this year. I actually think that he has become underrated this year. You might be like, what happened? He has become worse. Yeah, but he's still a very good player. And I think that he needs his respect. Like, people shouldn't hate on this guy because of his hair, man. Come on, he's still a great player. And then we have the Bulls. Oh, by the way, the Hawks have a 0% chance. And we have the Bulls. Last year, it was a twilight year for the Bulls fans. Everything was looking great, and then boom. The Bulls just got destroyed. They just couldn't compete in this conference. I need to do some more research on the Bulls to diss them more, but not right now, no. I just can't. Too sad. Now let's look at the Raptors. The Raptors haven't really been doing that much lately. Fred VanVleet had a great game last night. Pascal Siakam had a great game last night. Scottie Barnes been playing good. But yeah, overall this team isn't good enough to make the finals, obviously. But yeah, I already mentioned in a video explaining why I think that the Raptors should implode. Or, if they should implode, it would be worded better. Yeah, so these were the chances. Oh, by the way, the Raptors have a 0% chance of making the playoffs too. Very sad, I know. But yeah, it's true. See you guys. The Bucks are gonna win it.